We are Mia and Massi. We live on this beautiful island called Sicily. Join us on our adventures around the island and making and eating local cuisine, on our villa DIYs and on our simple slow living. This is our Sicilian Dolce vita. Venite con noi. Saturday turned out to be such a relaxing, calm day, and I just went with the flow. I had no plans. All I knew is that I wanted to go for a little walk on the beach. Beautiful morning, just dropped Massi off at work and decided to come for a nice stroll on the beach. What a glorious day it is. Look at that. Usually on a Saturday I work, but today is All Saints Day, so everything is closed, all the schools are closed, and I'm free. So I've got a few things that I need to do this morning, but I thought, yes, I needed a little bit of vitamin C. And I wish I bought my costume because I've put my feet in and it's warm and there are people swimming and surfing. Oh. Back in the car. I'm gonna maybe make my way along the coast. I'm gonna try not to go into Siracusa because today there's a huge festival and I know that there's a lot of traffic just outside the cemeteries because everybody goes to the cemetery today. I went a couple of days ago. I tried to avoid this whole traffic jam, so yeah, I'm just gonna go along the coast, make a loop and come back. I just bought some focaccia. Oh, smells divine. And because I was a good girl today, I bought myself some beautiful flowers. Look at them. I never buy myself. I used to in England buy myself a lot of flowers. Actually, Massimo used to buy me quite a few flowers. I thought, why not? Let's go home and have a cup of tea. I'm eyeing out this Virginia creeper, which is somewhere over there, and then we've picked some ivy and some Algerian ivy, which looks beautiful. I don't know if it's going to take. I'm going to try. Let's see what happens. I've read that if you leave them in water, changing the water every day, that they should come out with some roots. Let's see. I really do hope, because the Virginia creeper is stunning. Oh, and look at that. What a difference some flowers make to your home. Love it. So for me, my favorite things to eat are just so simple. I just like to slice up some salami, have some mozzarella, tomatoes, olives, and some amazing freshly baked bread. The best. After lunch, I went to pick Massi up from work. He wasn't ready, so I walked around the restaurant, which is up above a horse race track. It's very, very pretty. And then I got mesmerized by watching Massi do a little bit of cooking.
Ci sta filmando la signora, oh, che meraviglia. Ho visto.
That looks nice. Sunday morning was a beautiful sunny day. Woke up and made some ragu for my son and his family who had slept the night before. Unfortunately, Massi was working all day. We then gave the kids some chores to do, like feeding the kittens, the chickens, and also cleaning the fish tank. In the afternoon, after lunch, together with my daughter-in-law, Rosie, we did some modifications on the curtains, which I'm very happy with. Here are the final results. I actually changed the curtain rod to a thinner metallic material and took away the bulky wood one, and I love them. They look really, really pretty. So the next day I took Gorel, who is Norwegian, to speak to a lovely Swedish lady who has a property near Testa dell'Acqua, beautiful property deep in the countryside, just to let her get an idea of what living in the countryside could look like and be like and feel like. And I had the permission to film this lovely lady's home to show you what she's done, and also if you're interested, I'll put her details below. She does rent this property, actually the rooms, on Airbnb.
The kids were living
Wow.
inside this room. I don't have that many photos and they're not in a good quality.
This is
We're
amazing.
actually standing right here right now.
So this was a pigsty.
So this is where we're standing right now.
No way.
And also the next one. So this is how I bought it.
Wow. And this was what, 13 years ago?
No, this was 7 years ago.
Oh, 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Wow. Hello.
No, we were in my bedroom and my living room. He actually done everything.
Yes.
It was a room.
Yes. Yes.
So the first guest,
You have to fix it like 2
hours
hours
before
yeah.
arrival time. So
Yeah.
And you made the table as well? No. Where and how, where it's Yeah, I started a new project yesterday, as you can see. All the branches are fresh. Yeah, because I would like to have more evening light. Yeah. I had a few, so. Yeah, okay. It's different laws in different communities. Okay. Because you know what I mean, right? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And this is Eunice, my bedroom. So this is mine and the dog's living room.
We spent a couple of hours together just enjoying the sunshine with a cup of coffee and talking about life in general, and of course about Sicily and how it's transformed our lives. So after a hard day's work, Massi and I decided to go for a little stroll in Ortigia, also because the weather was absolutely stunning.
You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of a trip that is coming to a place with ocean.
Oh my goodness, look, Mass. This is right on the water, didn't realise. So they are now dismantling this bar, summer lounge place that is quite popular in the summer, slowly dismantling it for the winter. But it does not feel like winter, that's for sure. Glorious day. Just grabbed a coffee on the go.
Hello, how are you? From Sicilia. Right, a quick bread recipe. This is like a country, call it a country bread. I've got a little bit of a twist that not everybody does. I'm going to make this bread and show you how to do it. It is really quick and easy. Quick. Takes 2.5 hours in a hole. So here we got 500 grams of normal flour, 00. We call it in Italy grano tenero. You got 370 ml of water. I've got some semolina. I'm only going to use that. There's no measurement of that because I'm going to use that to put it on the bread after. You got your honey. I've got 1 tablespoon of honey and 2 teaspoons of salt. Here I have got 12 grams of yeast. It is beer yeast and it is dried beer yeast. That is what you need for 500 grams of flour. You're going to get your water. You're going to take your yeast. Get your scissors to open your yeast because it's in a bag. Cut that open.
So this is dry yeast.
Well,
yes.
It's a dry beer yeast, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
You're going to take that yeast. The water is not cold. Remember, don't use cold water. Room temperature is good. We're in autumn, so room temperature is still good now. Put that yeast in there. Take your tablespoon of honey. It's a very abundant tablespoon of honey.
Yeah.
I like honey. Honey is good. Get that in there.
So if you don't like honey, you could add sugar. Is that right?
If you don't like honey, you can add sugar, but I would rather use honey because of the flavor. So I'm going to mix that up and I'm going to leave it for 10 minutes so the yeast can get activated. Give you a little secret here. So as you can see, I've whisked that up very well. So that's very frothy. I'm going to leave that for 10 minutes. And the secret is, get yourself a cup of coffee, pour a little bit of coffee, and that'll give you exactly 10 minutes to wait. So enjoy that, sip on that.
I thought you were going to put it into the yeast.
No, put it in my mouth and have a sip of coffee for 10 minutes.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Right, so you can see in here, it's nice and frothy. Let's get on to the second stage. So we're going to go to our flour. So make that into a little well. You're going to get your yeasted water with the honey in. You're going to pour that in the middle. We're going to get it all in there. Yeah, lovely jubbly. And now what you're going to do, you're going to start taking away the sides and putting it in there. To use a fork actually would be a lot better. So let me grab a fork quick. You take that and you just start putting the flour into the water, going from the sides, going in. Okay, so time for the hands. Right, so you get that all in there and you mix it around as much as possible. Right, now, when you at this stage, I would suggest to put the salt in now.
You need help?
No, I'm good. I can multitask like most women say they can do that.
Oh.
I'm going to get my 2 teaspoons of salt, put that in there. And while I'm mixing, I'm going to get it all in there.
So
Lovely.
is the reason why we add the salt after just because it stops probably the...
It doesn't help the yeast from
Activating,
it stops the activation of the yeast. Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't stop it, slows it
slows
down.
it down if you put it in together.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that.
And I think the honey or the sugar helps the activation, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I'm clever, aren't I?
When you want to be, yeah.
Oh.
So you want that to be nice and sticky. That is a beautiful dough because it's lovely and sticky. It'll be softer when it's sticky. Remember that the stickier it is, the softer it becomes.
I love that.
Okay, so we're going to get that all in there.
So the funny thing is, Massimo is actually allergic to flour.
I've developed an allergy over the years. Yeah.
So every time he makes bread or pizza, he has
I get a runny nose.
Great.
The extra semolina that I've got, I like using semolina, so it gives a little bit of a crunch at the end. I'm going to very generously put flour on top, like that, the semolina flour, very generously. So I'm taking like 3 half handfuls, putting that on top. And now we're going to leave that nothing less than an hour and a half. I'm going to be a little bit more because I'm going to pop out now. We're going to get some vegetables for winter vegetables, and we're going to do them in the oven to go with that bread. And I'll show you how to do that in a bit.
And every time I take a look into your eyes, I get the feeling you know. Do you know that I know that you know? Do you know that I know that you know? 'Cause you lighten up the place just like a movie scene wherever you go. And do you know that I know that you know? Do you know that I know that you know? And when you drop one of your smiles, sort of time.
Okay, so I'd say roughly 2.5 hours has gone by. We have got back. I've let it rise a little bit more than I have. You can actually see it's risen because the flour has all crackled on the top. That's exactly the effect that I want. So the bread's going to look like that when I'm done. You can actually feel that it's very light. It's become so light in there. So I'm going to get that straight onto the oven paper, which I had put in there beforehand. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. So that's going into there. And I'm going to cut it into 3 bread loaves.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right.
Filone rustico, they would call
it's
it.
going to
Like
be
that.
filone rustico, so a farmhouse bread.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get that shaped into there. Fine, that's lovely. So now I'm going to do a few cuts on the top and I'm going to put it in the oven. Let's just do a few cuts on it. Just lightly cut it. Yeah. Okay, so that's ready to go in the oven. Okay, so for lunch, we're having a beautiful winter vegetable. Everyone says winter hasn't got many colors. Look at what I have prepared. So here we've got some pumpkin, some potatoes, celery, carrots, sweet potatoes, and these beautifully colored aubergines.
I love those.
Okay, what else we got? We got a nice big red onion. I've chopped it up very roughly. A garlic clove chopped up. Some marjoram, some thyme, some rosemary. Over here we've got some turmeric, paprika. You can use either sweet or hot paprika, black pepper, salt, and a bit of cinnamon. Right, so let's get everything in there. Okay, so I'm first going to line a bit of olive oil on the bottom. I'm going to put more oil on the top of that. Okay, and we're going to get all our veggies in there. So what I want to do first is take the onions, because they're going to bring the flavor through. I'm going to do half of them on the bottom. Okay. Take a couple of garlic cloves, put them on the bottom as well. Take 1 small sprig of rosemary, put that on the bottom, just break it up roughly with your fingers. Beautiful. Get some thyme.
This is all from the garden.
This is straight from our garden, yeah. Put some thyme on the bottom as well. Okay. And some marjoram. Marjoram is very light and fluffy, so You don't have to put a lot of it on the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a hint on there. So the first veggies that are going in are the harder ones. So I'm going to get some of those sweet potatoes. I'm going to get normal potatoes. Put them in with those. And I'm going to get your pumpkin.
Wow.
Get that all in. So it's going to be a really big tray full of veggies. The pumpkin's going all on the bottom because the pumpkin, I've left the skin on, as you can see. So what I've done, I've washed it very well, left the skin on because the skin is the best part as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely, I agree.
Okay, I'm going to get some of these peppers in there. Some celery and carrots. I'm going to put celery right in the middle. Depth and flavor. So carrots. And then I'm going to go on top with the aubergines. And get your normal potatoes. These are Mars Pipers. The white potato. Get that all in there. Lovely. So that, as you can see, is nice and compact. Yeah? So I've got that all beautifully compact. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in my herbs. I'm going to take the rosemary off the stalks. Rosemary is beautiful. A lot of people don't like it because they think it's very, very strong in flavor. But you want that. So it's nice, rustic.
I love rosemary. You know what? My mother hated rosemary.
Okay, we're going to get that thyme in there as well. Claudia doesn't like rosemary as well.
I know, it's funny.
She says it tastes like perfume.
That's exactly what my mom said.
Yeah. Get that nice marjoram on there as well. Last bits of onion on there. And those 2 sprigs of garlic. So I'm going to sprinkle a bit of cinnamon on there. Not a lot. You don't want to exaggerate. Turmeric. Turmeric's good for you. So turmeric is also very strong. So I'm taking 1 teaspoon of that. Exactly 1 teaspoon. I'm not going to put any more of that in there. You're going to get some paprika on there as well. I'm using 1 teaspoon of that as well. Actually going to use a little bit more because I like paprika. I'm going to get some black pepper. And I'm going to get my salt. Salt, I'm going to sprinkle that on. Take the oil. You know what? Olive oil is very good. You don't want to exaggerate too much, but you want to line those veggies. So to finish lining that all off, I'm going to get my hands in there. I'm going to massage it all in there. So you get your hands in and you massage it and move it all about. Yeah. So it all gets all mixed up. And as it cooks, all these flavors are going to go down to the bottom. Oh, look at that. Okay, to keep the bread nice and soft and moist, I'm putting a little bit of water in the tray in the bottom. And I'm getting those veggies in there as well. I've got them in the center of the oven. So the bread's already started cooking nicely. I'm going to leave that in there and let it do its magic. I'm going to put a timer on. It's going to be about 40 minutes, but I'm going to put a half an hour timer on. Come back, mix it all up and put it back in again. Okay, amore mio.
Yay, it's ready.
So here we've got our lovely baked winter vegetable with some nice fresh bread, just baked.
Wonderful.
Don't know what it is, but when I speak today, it's like I've got this I'm lost for words.
He's tongue twisting today a lot.
Yeah, I think I sniffed a bit too much turmeric and flour.
Or the flour, yeah, exactly.
Right, so shall we get some of this into our plates and start eating?
Amazing. So while we're going to finish this delicious dish off, we just want to say goodbye and we hope you've enjoyed this week's video.
Yeah, and try some of this cooking. You might even like it.
Wonderful. Look at this bread. Yum.
Yummy.
Ciao, alla prossima.
Bye bye.